afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. This is Lilac Boots, and welcome back to The Scroll. This will be my season 2 finale of my podcast. It might be. I have to double check the episode count, but I do believe this is the 10th episode of the season. So I'm going to cut it here. But happy March, and I have a guest co-host with me this week. Frank, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Frank Grouch. You may have heard me from other podcasts such as Diggity Surplus, also The Scroll, and occasionally the Frank Grouch Streaming Network. Hi.
Yeah, so, let's just get right into the shits. So this week, if you are an Elder Scrolls fan, there is a new Morrowind mod that lets you buy Argonian McNuggets. So basically what happens is McDonald's sort of made a deal with Elder Scrolls, or rather Elder Scrolls sort of is paying homage to McDonald's, and the recent Morrowind mod has a scenario where basically you're in an establishment known as McDaggett's. It's in Balmora. It's not quite McDonald's, even if the logo and the uniforms look very much like they were pulled from the real world restaurants. But it's pretty pretty similar. I've seen the pictures. They have menu items like the Big Guar and Skooma shakes, rather than McRibs and McNuggets. It's just a cute little homage thing towards McDonald's if you're a McDonald's person, and if you like Elder Scrolls Morrowind. So, yeah, enjoy that. Next, there's an Illinois legislator who's looking to ban the sale of all violent video games in the state.
I remember the last 75 times that tried to happen.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't new. This isn't a new thing. People just feel like video games are doing too much, and once again, with any form of media, there's labels that you need to read, and if you don't want your kids to play it, don't buy them the damn game.
Like, how old is this senator guy? Like, how out of touch are you? Do you not know what the ESRB is? Are you not familiar that GameStop employees tell people that you can't buy games that are rated M for mature? Are you aware that other retailers don't sell games that are rated mature to kids? Your argument is stupid. You're a dumb senator. Go sit the fuck down. That's all I gotta say about that. Like, dog, everybody knows, much like the parental advisory sticker on video games and the Motion Picture Association of America rating for movies, they tell you what's in the game, so that way people don't buy the wrong shit for their kids. This guy is an asshole. I hope he gets voted out the next time he's up for office. Otherwise, he can go straight to hell.
Yeah.
That's
also, you guys gotta in case there's any older people who are listening to this. You guys gotta remember no, it's fine. Most people that, most, I guess, kids or children that were my age when I was a kid, most of them got the violent video games from family members. So you need to blame, like, their cousin or older cousin or whoever the hell they were around at the time, and that's how they got the damn game. They did not go to the store and get it. Come on. Seriously? Who has $50 at 10 years old? Come on. Seriously?
I grew up in the wild, like the 90s, the wild times of Extreme, where like things were just hyper violent for no reason. Like our cartoons, people were blowing up on a daily basis. One of our most popular games was called Bomberman. It was about a guy who literally blew things up to progress the game. But when games like GTA came out, when I was a wee grouch, my parents would not buy the game for me. But they also, like when I would watch rated R movies, they'd also, like with my grandmother, they would also tell me, hey, this is bad. Don't go out here running around chopping down a bunch of people with machetes and axes and guns. Like, don't do that. This is not normal. This is media. So while I get that the senator is trying to be lazy or somebody's trying to lobby him in his pocket or he's just being a dunce, either way, it doesn't fall on the video game industry to create kind of art. It falls on the parents and the people who are responsible for these kids to make sure that they don't consume the wrong art. That's it. You got to do your job, do your due diligence as a parent, as a responsible adult, to make sure that the wrong information and the wrong media doesn't fall into the right hands. And if it does fall into the kids' hands, you should do your job on the other side. Hey, son, you probably shouldn't ride around after dark in a fucking stolen vehicle looking for hookers and just paying them and running them over with your car. That's not how things work in real life. Jeez.
Exactly.
Sorry.
It's okay. Maybe you'll. Well, no, I think you'll feel the same way when I finish reading this. But anyway, the legislator, he's doing it according to amendments that would adjust a 2012 law, which currently keeps retailers from selling certain violent games to minors. The documents were filed on Friday by Representative Marcus C. Evans Jr. in response to an increase in carjackings and violent crime in Chicago.
Ain't the video game that did that, my guy.
House Bill 3531 would prevent the sale of all, quote, violent video games, end quote, in the state. As defined in the bill, a violent video game is described as one that allows a user or player to control a character within the video game that is encouraged to perpetuate human-on-human violence in which the player kills or otherwise causes serious physical or psychological harm to another human or an animal. Elsewhere in the amendments, legislators look to change the definition of serious physical harm to include carjacking, among other things. Rates of carjacking have increased across Chicago, with 218 incidents reported to police in January, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. The bill would prohibit the sale of some of these games that promote the activities that we're suffering from in our communities, Evans told the Sun-Times. A $1,000 fine was proposed for those that sell or rent a violent video game. The bill will. Go ahead.
Can somebody ask him how to explain the carjacking rates in the 70s and 80s before violent video games existed then? Because he sounds like a fucking moron, and I really hate that he's trying to blame shit that like oh my God, I don't even want to cut you off. I just hate that he's trying to blame crime on something that is not the correlation. Like, there's no correlation between video games making you violent, as per plenty of psychologist studies, and like the increase of violent crime. And none of this shit correlates, bro. You're just being an asshole. Just admit you were too much of a bitch to play Grand Theft Auto growing up, and your mom didn't buy it for you, so you're mad, and nobody else can play it. Shut the hell up and sit down somewhere. Find this dude on Twitter so I can yell at him.
Well, here's the thing. Not only that, but no offense to anyone who lives in that area, if you're listening to this podcast right now, but you live in Chicago. Come on, like, seriously, it's not like you lived in the perfect place and then all of a sudden when GTA came out, it went straight to hell. You live in Chicago. Stop it. Okay?
GTA's been out for plenty of years before all of us. Like, the crime rate in Chicago has been exponentially rising. GTA has been out, and it has nothing to do with that. Because if that was the case, the crime rates would rise everywhere and not just Chicago. Yeah. So I'm gonna need you to stop, get your head out of your ass, and like actually do your job as a senator, and maybe fix the way that criminals, whatever the fuck he is. Obviously, he's not important. So I mean,
he might not even have a Twitter.
Do your job and legislate your country or your city or your county or whatever fucking district you're in, and stop trying to blame it on Grand Theft Auto. It didn't do anything. It's made for adults. It's not made for kids. So what are you doing? I don't know, man. Too. That's stupid. He's an idiot. I need to find his Twitter.
I found it. It's a black guy too. Damn.
What's his Twitter handle?
At Rep Evans 33.
That's him?
Yep. So, all right, sir. Well, listen. I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk shit about Chicago. You guys made some of the best hip hop artists have come out of there. Also, I haven't tried your pizza yet, but I will someday, I swear. But come on, seriously, you guys are ODing without video games. Even if video games didn't exist, I'm pretty sure you guys would be wilding out still.
They absolutely would. Now let me get my tweet going. So I'm so serious. I think we would call him an idiot on like live.
So the bill will certainly face scrutiny. In 2011, the Supreme Court said that California legislators could not ban the sale of violent video games to minors, that video games qualify as free speech, as The Verge reported at the time. Quote, like the protected books, plays, and movies that preceded them, video games communicate ideas and even social messages through many familiar literary devices such as characters, dialogue, plot, and music, and through features distinctive to the medium, such as the player's interaction with the virtual world. Supreme Court Justice Scalia wrote, quote, that suffices to confer First Amendment protection, end quote. In 2020, the American Psychological Association reported there is little scientific evidence that supports a causal link between violent video games and violent behavior. Violence is a complex social problem that likely stems from many factors that warrant attention from researchers, policymakers, and the public, APA President Sandra L. Schulman wrote in the report. Attributing violence to video gaming is not scientifically sound and draws attention away from other factors, such as the history of violence, which we know from the research is a major predictor of future violence. However, the APA did suggest there was a small, reliable association with increased aggression, like yelling and pushing, but that these aggressions do not extend to more violent outcomes. These are similar findings to an international study published in 2018. So, yeah.
Hang on, which one of those did you say? Because I'm actually digging this up.
Which one did I say what?
Which one of those links is it? One of the it was
APA?
APA said one, and then it was what was the other one you said before APA? Because I'm looking these up. I'm literally sending him a tweet as we speak.
Well, the APA is who did the research and reported that there was little scientific evidence. But before that, in 2011, the Supreme Court, because California tried to do the same thing, and the Supreme Court said that they can't ban the sale of violent video games to minors because it qualifies as free speech. So it was Supreme Court Justice Scalia that wrote that. Well, said it, rather.
Okay, just making sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, did you want to specifically the person who said what they said in the APA?
Nah, I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's the same argument that they've been having since freaking Mortal Kombat. Like, I get it.
It's been the argument since like '92 when the first GTA came out, and it still got shot down. It was the same thing that happened with the Florida lawyer like 10 years ago. You're not going to stop the sale of violent video games because you can't stop the sale of violent movies. Because what you're asking is like, hey, the media that you put out is too violent for the youth. It's not the media's fault that you can't direct your parents to be fucking good parents. It's not the media's fault that these kids is out here with their parents being incarcerated for fucked up reasons because there's a systematic racist issue in the goddamn legal system. It's not these kids' fault that they got broken homes because people are getting arrested for shitty non-violent offenses and being in jail for 10, 15 years for fucking nothing. If y'all would stop looking at the wrong thing and focus on the right fucking problems, we probably would have the crime rate start to dwindle down. Maybe, just maybe, if niggas wasn't living in extreme poverty in the middle of one of the wealthiest cities in the country, then they wouldn't be out here trying to carjack niggas. But no, let's blame GTA because my legislature is shit. Yeah, good job, Senator Dickhead. Fuck you.
He's not a senator.
God damn.
He's not a senator. He's a representative.
I don't give a damn. Elected official asshole. That's who he is. Somebody voted for him. They're all a bunch of morons, and this moron's now speaking for him. Mm-hmm. So fuck everybody involved in this conversation, not named Boots the Grouch. All right? God damn. That's how I feel.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, man. Like I'm sorry. Like it's just like 'cause it's you're blaming the apps. Like okay, it's like saying the electric company's at fault because my son burned his hand on the hot stove. No. The electric company didn't do that. Your dumbass kid decided to put his hand on the stove. But the question is, why was the stove on? Because no kid that I know can reach the back of the stove where the knobs turn on. So in the relation to this analogy, if the parent turns the stove on, which is going to the store to buy the violent video game, then the kid who's going to burn his hand should have been told that the game or the stove is hot. or is violent and what to do when you see this. But no, let's blame the electric company because it's totally their fault. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I agree with you, though. Shout out to Chicago. All right.
Yeah, shout out to Chicago as a city. Like, I don't have an issue with Chicago. Chicago is fine. It's this guy. Him, Rep Evans 33 on Twitter. Him. He's a moron.
Okay. Next, so anybody who's looking forward to E3, they've decided, their organizer, the Entertainment Software Association, is pushing forward with plans for a digital event this summer, but it still requires the backing of major game companies. The Electronic Entertainment Expo, or E3, has historically been at the center of the game industry's calendar, with companies often saving their biggest announcement for the annual Los Angeles event. However, due to the coronavirus pandemic, plans for a physical E3 in 2020 were canceled. When a proposed 2020 virtual show also failed to materialize, the ESA promised a reimagined E3 would take place in June 2021. According to E3 2021 pitch documents sent to games publishers and seen by VGC, the ESA has now outlined its proposals for this year's event, which would see 3 days of live stream coverage held during the previously announced dates of June 15th to the 17th. The ESA's intention is to hold multiple 2-hour keynote sessions from games partners, an award show, a June 14th preview night, and other smaller streams from games publishers, influencers, and media partners. The broadcast event will be supplemented by media previews the week before, as well as demos released on consumer platforms, according to the ESA's proposal. The ESA also says it will allow partner companies to remotely stream playable game demos to the media across thousands of scheduled meetings, with one-to-one assistance from developers. Many companies have used similar on-demand streaming solutions during the pandemic to allow the media to remotely play their games for preview purposes. However, the E3 2021 plans still require the approval of ESA's membership, which is made up of the industry's biggest games companies and who have significant influence over the direction of the show. The ESA was already facing significant pressure to reinvent E3, with several major publishers including EA, Sony, and Activision having abandoned the event in recent years, and that was before 2020's cancellation, after which many companies such as EA and Ubisoft enjoyed success running their own digital events. E3's longtime collaborator Jeff Keighley, who quit the show last year due to a disagreement over its direction, also launched the successful Summer Game Fest in 2020. It was successful. I watched it. It was great. Keighley confirmed to VGC over a private message that the event would return this year and said he would again not be involved with E3. It's unclear how many publishers have signed up for E3 2021's digital event, though at least one major games company VGC spoke to indicated that it would continue to run its own separate digital showcase rather than paying the six-figure sums required to join E3 2021's schedule. However, the ESA, which is funded by and serves the interests of games publishers, would argue that a unified digital games event would grab the world's attention more effectively than a series of smaller shows. In a statement issued to VGC, the ESA said it would soon share exact details on this year's E3 show and claimed it was having great conversations with developers and publishers, but would not confirm who had signed up for the event. We can confirm that we are transforming the E3 experience for 2021 and will soon share exact details on how we're bringing the global video game community together, an ESA spokesperson said. We are having great conversations with publishers, developers, and companies across the board, and we look forward to sharing details about their involvement soon. While the body has not officially canceled plans for a physical E3 event, it's understood that the digital show is now the focus for E3 2021 due to ongoing restrictions around the coronavirus pandemic. Yeah. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting E3 to be E3 once Jeff Keighley had quit last year. I knew that was going to be an issue. And I also remember when EA, Sony, and Activision had said they were not going to be in E3. So this was before the pandemic. So, we'll see how that goes. I mean, I think that everyone did a good job this year as far as showcasing what they had. I remember when we went over the Game Awards, like the General Game Awards and the New York Video Game Awards. So, that pretty much covered a lot of what was going on. And I know the history of E3, it's just people kind of gave up. It seems like.
E3's biggest issue was when a couple years ago, the first, I don't know if it was Nintendo or Sony or Xbox, whoever just didn't show up to E3 first.
Right.
Then they did their own little private thing. Everybody was like, well, shit, I don't got to go all the way to E3. All right, well, cool. Yeah. Plus, also, the digital age is really kind of killing it because why do I have to pay $600 for a weekend to see a bunch of sweaty nerds and like, all day when I can just get the exact same information that I want to get on YouTube the next day? Like, I'm here for the trailers. I don't care about much else. Right. Give me the announcement. I get the trailer on YouTube. I don't got to spend an extra bunch of money, and then I'm good. And then also on the flip side, Sony, Nintendo, Xbox's Directs or whatever.
Well, Nintendo was never really like in it. Yeah. As far as I knew, they have their own thing. So they always were doing their own thing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like once they started doing their own directs, there was no need for like the original E3 before gaming made sense. But now when it became a gaming thing, and it's just like this is the gaming expo, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It ended up being weird. So that's just what it was. So yeah, I don't know. E3 was a good concept initially when it first came out, when it was like the business side, like the actual electronic expo.
Right.
But then, it got too much. So.
Okay. All right. So, our next story is about the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch was launched on March 3rd, 2017, so it's 4 years old now. Just as the console passes the 4-year point, Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa discusses the hardware and its lifespan in a new interview with Nikkei Business. Quote, "For our company, it's a big topic what we should do next when a console passes its 5th year and the hardware's life cycle is in the process of getting longer," Furukawa explained. The exec added that great care is given to Switch owners who are continuing to use the console. Nikkei Business did not ask the exec about the recent Switch redesign rumors, but the interview does shed light into how Nintendo develops new hardware and the company's approach to innovation. The publication did not point out that depending on how things are handled, the console's lifespan can get even longer. "That's correct," Furukawa replied. "Regarding the Switch's lifespan, I often say that it's entered its middle phase or so." He explained that because the Switch can be played as a traditional home console and as a portable, there are a lot of possible games. Quote, "We are able to lengthen the life cycle." Furukawa was asked about development timeframes for hardware, to which he replied, "We are always doing R&D. According to Furukawa, the hardware and software dev teams are in the same building and are in close communication. Therefore, they are able to come up with new ideas and proposals. Quote, "Because you must do all sorts of various preparations to make one new console, the truth is that you cannot stop. Ultimately, the deciding factor as to whether or not something becomes an actual product is whether or not it creates a new experience. But even though the first few years of the Switch have been widely successful, Furukawa isn't complacent. Currently, the Switch's sales are exceedingly favorable and achievements are also good, but I have zero peace of mind," he said. No matter the hits in the entertainment business, people someday do lose interest. Up until now, we have repeatedly had the experience of our business taking a nosedive. Because of this, I myself, as well as those within the company, do not at all think the current state of affairs will keep going and going. For Furukawa, he believes that every single year is a do-or-die situation. "We must give new customers fresh surprises, and our existence can slip into obscurity at any time. I always have this kind of sense of crisis." So, I mean, that's an interesting thing to think about. I always think about a console's lifespan when it comes out, especially if I have the console prior to that. And I'm just like, well, if it's still good, I mean, I'm not going to get it. Like I have an Xbox Series S, and the only reason I even got the Series S was because I had gotten my Xbox One. It was a surprise actually. My dad and my sister got me the Xbox One in 2014, and like around the time I traded it in at GameStop, it was starting to act weird. So I was just like, okay, let me just trade it in before it really gets weird, and just get the Xbox Series S because that had been out for a while too. So it's been fine so far. I haven't had any problems. So
Okay, that's dope.
yeah, but yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about, a console's lifespan. Like I also still have my 3DS, so that's still good. I haven't gone to the Switch yet.
I got my Nintendo 3DS sitting in front of me. I have the old I got the old Nintendo skinned Nintendo 3DS. Remember they made the one that looked like a Nintendo controller? I got that one, and it's right next to my Switch.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Nintendo be chilling. I do appreciate. I don't know if I want to call it just like Japan's console life, because if you think about it, the original PlayStation was 10 strong years, and then we got PS2, which was a solid 15-year run, and then we got the 3, which the 3's run was weird. It was strong, but like it was in that weird limbo period. Like everybody still loved the 2,
right,
and they were waiting for 4, but like it was like, all right, we'll rock with it. And the 3 had a nice 8 to 10 year run. And then now the 4 is here, and the 4 has been going for like 7 years, and this shit is going strong. And I just love that console longevity. Like Dreamcast had a slight blip. It came, and people still love it, but it
wasn't popular.
Yeah, it was it. It was a niche system, and it was way ahead of its time. But I appreciate what it did when it came out. So, and they gave us 2K basketball. So,
yeah. Let's see. Okay, this next thing. I'm gonna save that for after the break. Let me just move on to the next thing. Okay. So next. So if anybody's been playing Watch Dogs Legion, wanting to play the multiplayer, it's been delayed indefinitely on the PC. So Ubisoft announced that Watch Dogs Legion's multiplayer mode has been delayed indefinitely on PC. They said, we've identified an issue in the PC version that can cause the game to crash for players with certain GPUs, the development team said in a statement on Twitter, noting that it was working to fix the issue. In the meantime, the statement continues, we've made the decision to wait to launch the PC version until this is fixed. We will communicate the new launch date as soon as possible. The announcement also noted a delay in the release of the Xbox, PlayStation, and Stadia versions of Legion's multiplayer to March 23rd. The announcement comes just 2 weeks after the announcement that the game mode was coming in March. At the same time, we got our first real hands-on with Watch Dogs Legion's online. So read that, but be aware that it might be longer than you want before you get to play it. So yeah, not surprised about the delay. I hope they didn't make it where like you had to have like the current gen GPU to like play it correctly, because that's not that's not okay.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I feel like that's what they did, and then now they gotta go fix it because they just woke up and realized everyone doesn't have a brand new speaking computer.
Right. That's real lazy, man.
Like you don't even know. Okay. So next, or this is it's my last article. For the general news. So Microsoft was looking into a fix for unresponsive Xbox controller issue. Just for the record, I do not have this issue. Okay. Anyway, according to reports online, some players are experiencing unresponsive buttons on their Xbox Series X/S controllers, and Microsoft is already looking to fix this issue. See, that's why, because I have the Xbox One S. I don't have that. So, as reported by sites like PC Gamer, some players have experienced an issue where pressing a button on the Xbox controller will not result in an action. This issue appears to affect players using the Xbox controller on both consoles and PC, apparently. Microsoft has issued a statement to IGN saying it is investigating the issue and working on a fix. Here's the full statement. At Microsoft, we put all of our products through rigorous quality assurance testing and are committed to providing customers with an unparalleled gaming experience. We are aware some players may be experiencing unresponsiveness with their new Xbox wireless controllers, and our teams are actively working on a solution. For the best experience, we encourage customers to visit Xbox support for assistance. Users are starting to share their experiences with faulty controllers online. One player tells the Loadout that the Y button is the one primarily malfunctioning for them. It's unclear what the cause of the issue is, and until Microsoft announces an official fix, it's hard to say what temporary fixes are available to players. The Xbox controller is the latest console hardware to face issues. The Nintendo Switch has a long recorded history of faulty Joy-Cons, with issues ranging from disconnecting controllers to drift, where the reticle will begin to move on its own without player input. More recently, the PlayStation 5 DualSense has also been found to experience cases of drift. So, that's it. Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, controllers, analogs are going to eventually give up anyway, but that's kind of interesting to see it happen so early.
Not too surprised about there still being bugs and pretty new things. You know, that's why I normally tell people they should wait before getting a new system. But, you know, same old, same old. It's not even worth arguing about. All right, well, that's it for the general news, unless, Frank, if you wanted to share two things.
I found two things, a good story and a bad story. So, okay. I'm going to give the bad story first, so we can end the podcast on a good note.
All right.
So over the weekend, the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, Strauss Zelnick, was at the Morgan Stanley Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference this weekend, right? Somebody asked how he felt about the reaction to the 2K21 price point that was released for what I'm going to call now gen, current gen, not last gen, the PS5, Xbox, what is it, Series 1 XS Mega Edition?
So,
whatever.
Wait, sorry, hang on. So, the price, is it the thing that where games are going to be like $70 now?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I just wanted to be sure.
There's a big argument in the gaming community where they're like, the price point of games shouldn't be higher than X, and everybody give you a different number. Me, an intellectual, knows that back when I was playing Super Nintendo, the price point of a Super Nintendo cartridge was around $60 to $70. That hasn't changed. If you want to be, crass and like, oh, Frank, you're a fucking liar, go back and look it up. The price point for a game hasn't actually changed all that much between 1991 and 2021, and I appreciate that about the gaming industry. Should there be discounts for digital games? Sure. You should probably get like $10 off because you're not buying a disc. But am I mad that I'm paying $60 for a digital version? Sometimes. But I'm not really pressed about it because I know that the game prices haven't fluctuated. So I get back to the point. Zelnick decided, he was like, 2K games, we released it at $70 because, and I quote, the public was ready for a price increase. One, no. Nobody wants their prices to be increased for anything. That's just a fucking lie.
Go ahead.
He goes on to say, he said that he thinks that $70 should be the price point because the company needs to, he said, if we're going to do that, that the company needs to provide a level of content that justifies the price point. Now, I remind you, this is the 2K guy who is saying this, like the king of microtransactions. So he follows it up with another brilliant quote. I think our viewers, we want to always deliver more value than what we charge. Make sure the consumer has the experience and the experience of paying for it. Both are positive experiences. My man, you charge people $65 for a basketball game, and then you charge them buku dough to do microtransactions for a mini game in your game. Don't give me that. Of all the companies that people look at when they say microtransactions are killing the gaming industry, your Take-Two company is in there with EA, Ubisoft, and Activision. Stop, because you're not offering the right amount of value. If you were like, you know what, we got a ton of microtransactions in our game, we're going to give you the game for $40, and you can buy all the other bullshit that you want, cool. I'm not mad at that. And then I was reading the comment section, and this is my feel on it. Mm-hmm. If you release a game, and you plan on releasing DLC, you have admitted that you planned to release an incomplete game. Because if you start the game, I'm gonna get crucified for this, but if you make a game and you start development and then you say we're gonna have DLC, that means you wanted to release an unfinished game. Because my opinion, DLC should be neat little add-ons that come after you finish the game, and it's like, you know what? We're gonna give you an extra level because you've been so you supported us for so long. So here's some DLC, boss rush mode, extra level, extra cosmetics, extra whatever, $15. Merry Christmas. Thank you, developers. An example of this is the developers who do Dead Cells. They gave us a base game, then they released 2 or 3 DLC packs after the fact for like $5. You get a whole bunch of new shit with it. New level, new weapon, new cosmetics, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. Small game. So like, I don't mind if like the price point, but make the price point make sense. If you charge me $70 for a game, there better be like, it better come with the season pass, and the DLC better be fucking free in there. Like, there's no reason why that I'm paying $70 and you're making me pay extra money after the fact. Now, if you was like, I'm gonna charge you $40 for the game, and then we'll release DLC in the future, $10, $15 a pop. All right, I'm in. Let's talk. Because you're not charging me a ridiculous price in the beginning, and you're admitting, hey, we're going to charge you for some shit down the line, but we're going to start you off with a lower price point, and then we can get you later on. Don't meet me and be like, yeah, it's going to be $70, and then I'm going to charge you $10 every time you want to buy something for the game. No, it's not just my pockets. I don't like that shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he said that, and it's like, I don't have any intention to buy any Take-Two interactive game ever again now, because you're like, I was going to charge $70. So, no. That's not what people are saying. So that's what he said, and obviously the community's up in arms about that. So
right. Up? So just so I'm clear, he's saying that the game should be, like, games going forward should be $70, and then plus like whatever we have to pay for like the DLCs after the fact, or is he saying that? Sorry, I lost my point. I was confused because I was thinking like maybe it was either that or he was trying to say that it should be more because you're paying for DLCs anyway.
Nah, he's just saying he's basically just saying we're just charging you more money because we can. Essentially, he's saying that he's saying it without saying it. We're charging you more money because we can. Like, that's essentially what he's breaking down to. Because if you think about it, from PS3, 4, and 5, or PS3 and 4, game prices were the same. They were $60 across both platforms. So there's no reason for the games to go up another $10 for no other reason.
That's true.
Like, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything different, because if you were doing anything different, you wouldn't be able to upscale PS4 games right into PS5 so easily. So don't sit here and tell me you're doing something different. You're just taking off restrictions that you had before. So
also, I feel like with DLC, it also depends on what exactly the content is and the price. Because I'm not mad at, DLC in general. I just think he needs to, just deal with the fact that, like you said, nobody's going to just want to pay for something just because you charge more. That's ridiculous.
I'm still mad at Take-Two for releasing a Kobe edition that was full price. Like, I still have a whole argument about that.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Oh my God. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, like, to this day, I still have sour taste in my mouth because of that. Because it's not that they released a Kobe edition. Mm-hmm. It's that they were obviously trying to capitalize off of his death. Yeah. Because all you had to do for the Kobe edition was like, look, we're going to release a special Kobe edition of 2K. It's not a game. Like, here's our Kobe tribute. It's not a game. It costs $2.81 or $2.24 or $8.24 or $2.08. Whatever combination of 2, 24, and 8 you wanted to put together to make this thing be a price. Mm-hmm. And it's like a little special highlight of Kobe's thing, but all proceeds that you bought this thing for go straight to Vanessa Bryant and her family
Right.
and whatever funds they want to put to. Don't sit here and be like, we're gonna sell the Kobe edition for $70 because we know y'all niggas love Kobe and he's dead and we're not gonna give any of this money back. Fuck you 2K twice. That shit should have been on discount. 24 cents for the Kobe edition. All proceeds go to Kobe. The only thing the Kobe edition was just a loading screen that said, "Rest in peace, Kobe. We'll miss you, Mamba." That's all you paid for.
Wow.
That's it.
Oh my god.
No. I'm saying that's what I would have done. Like I'd have been
I thought that's what they did.
no. My Kobe edition would have been like, you give me 24 cents, or you give me $2.40, or just like a Kobe number, and it's like, hey, you get a splash page, you get a memorialized Kobe theme for your PlayStation, and you get like an icon, like 24 ever or some shit, right? Like this is what you do. None of the money goes to us. It all goes to Kobe's family and Vanessa Bryant and his remaining family and stuff like that. That's what they should have did. And I still don't like that for that. So I fuck 2K.
I can't say that because I play Civilization, so.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I be trying not to be like that, and I haven't bought a Civ in a while. But like, y'all, it's really bad for me. So
yeah, they shouldn't have done that. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have another article?
Yeah. So also on the good note, since we're gonna end this on a good note, the developers of Ghost of Tsushima will be made permanent ambassadors of the island.
Oh yeah, I actually saw that. But I think I just forgot to include it. But yeah, go ahead.
The creative leads, Nate Fox and Jason Kano, will become permanent tourism ambassadors of the city of Tsushima in Nagasaki. The island announced this week. Essentially, the island has given them big respects because they have shown the proper respect to the island, and they've been showing the actual name and you know the historical accuracies of the things that happen in the island. And so the island of Tsushima has reached out to the two creative directors and said, hey, we're going to go ahead and give you honorary ambassadorship. So I think that's pretty dope. I'm sorry, permanent ambassadorship. So I think that's really dope because that's cool.
That is cool.
Because that falls in, like, they showed respect to the culture. They did everything. When people say you can tell a story about other cultures and you don't have to do stupid stereotypical shit, this is what we do. They didn't, like, everything in here was respect to the culture, respect to the past, respect to the history, respect to everything involved. And yet, it came out perfect. Nobody could complain about it. And the country of Japan loved it. So you can't tell me that you can't make proper representation in gaming, because all it takes is a little bit of time and a little bit of care. That's it.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Yeah, but basically.
Sorry,
Mayor said he invited the whole team from Sucker Punch to come out and visit the island. So, yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Can I just say really quick, I love Sucker Punch. Thank you so much for making... hang on, before I get this wrong.
Sly Cooper.
No, hang on. I'm not thinking of Sly Cooper, because I think they made another game that I really like. Let me just make sure before... Not Sly Cooper, and it's not Infamous, and it's not Ghost of Tsushima, because I haven't played that yet. Damn it. What the hell? Unless I'm confusing them with someone else. Let me see.
Give me a second.
Oh no, I think I confused them with someone else. Never mind.
Are you thinking of Insomniac?
No, I think I was thinking of, hang on. I think I was thinking of Lazy Bear Games. Or Tiny Build. Yeah, I think I was thinking of Tiny Build. That's what I was thinking of. Never mind.
Okay. I am going to give a shout out to Sucker Punch because of the Sly Cooper series and the Infamous series and Ghost of Tsushima. I played all of the Infamous series except for Festival of Blood, and I love those games. I've played Ghost, obviously, and I played the original Sly Cooper, and I'm so excited because I really, really want it to happen. A remake of the Sly Cooper series, not an HD remake, but like really like a reboot of the Sly Cooper series. So
okay, cool. Shout out to Bellevue and Seattle and that whole area, because I've also noticed that a lot of people that are involved in creating video games either live or work out there, and I will be out there at some point. Trust me. Okay. So
Washington State is a pretty place to visit. The landscape is incredible.
I've heard. I want to go there really badly. um, and that's all you got for the general news.
That's it.
All right. Yeah. So that's it for the general news. And we'll be right back with our video game anniversaries and announcements. Be right back. And we're back. So first, I guess I should start with the. Let me see. I guess the announcements, just go through really quick. So for those of you who have Xbox Game Pass, excuse me. Most of the games that's coming out this month are sports games. So let's see. First, is Madden NFL 21 on the console. It's through EA Play. If you didn't know, EA Play sort of incorporated their games with Xbox Game Pass, so you don't have to pay that extra stupid $4.99 a month along with the Xbox Game Pass, so you get all of their games as well. So,
Okay.
Madden NFL 21 is available now. Football Manager 2021 for the PC, and then Football Manager 2021 Xbox Edition for the console and the PC. I don't know why it's two different games. That's weird. Anyway, NBA 2K21 on the cloud and console is available now. Star Wars Squadrons for the console. It says it's coming in March. I don't know what date exactly, but it'll be sometime this month. Next, in case you missed it, excuse me. Cricket 19 for the PC is available now. If you like cricket. Let's see. Elite Dangerous, which is on the cloud, is available now. Let's see. For DLC / game updates, Gears 5 Operation 6 DLC bundle is available now. Minecraft The Mountain is available now. And for the games in the Game Pass library that's leaving, these games are leaving next week. So next Monday on the 15th, Alvastia Chronicles on the console and PC is leaving Xbox Game Pass. Astralogaster for the PC is leaving. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night for the console and the PC. Kona for the console. And The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt for the console is leaving Xbox Game Pass. So, yeah, like I said, it's mostly sports stuff. For all my PlayStation / Sony people, let's see. We have so Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PS4 is out. Remnant from the Ashes for the PS4.
That game is Dark Souls with a gun.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never played it.
I downloaded it already. I started playing it, and it's legitimately just Dark Souls with a gun. Because like the combat is very Souls-esque. Like you have to dodge and roll. And there's no block. It's just like I'm good. I'm not gonna sit here and torture myself with like the whole these enemies just hit stupid hard because you can't find the right armor because we're not gonna tell you where to go. Shit, I'm good, man. Y'all play Soulsborne if y'all want to. I'm good. I'll pass. I don't play video games for stress.
Maquette for the PS5 is available. And Farpoint for PSVR is available. These games will be available until April 5th. Yeah, so that's it for the game announcements. Oh, sorry. So there was something I wanted to mention that it's like half general news, half announcement, which is why I waited. So if you don't have a PS5 yet, you can still claim those games through a web browser. If you subscribe to PS Plus, it allows members to play online games. And since the PS5 launched in November, Sony has made PS5 games available to members of PS Plus too. First up was Bugsnax. In February, the Derby game Destruction All-Stars. And they're still available. You can claim them until April 6th. And then this month, like I just said, is the wonderful Maquette. It's
Okay.
also available on the PS5. The easiest way to claim it, obviously, is if you have a PS5, but if you don't have one, you can still claim the games through the browser. You have to go to Sony's landing page for the monthly PS Plus games. Then you have to click Find Out More for the game that you want, and it will take you to the store page. If you're signed into the store with the same PlayStation account that's signed up for PS Plus, the price tag should be stricken out. So instead of a buy button, you should instead see an add to library icon, and then you click on that. So when you finally do buy a PS5, all those games will be claimed like in your library when you actually purchase the console. So, yeah. So yeah, don't worry if you feel like you're missing out on the free PS5 games. You can still claim them if you have a PS Plus account. Just they'll just be held in your library until you actually purchase the console. All right. So next is the video game anniversaries. I actually want to bring this one up, even though it's like 3 days old. I'm still going to mention this. It is the 21st anniversary of the PlayStation 2. So if you're a big PlayStation 2 fan, which I'm pretty sure almost everyone was, it was released in Japan 21 years ago, on March 4th, 2000. So I remember, let me see, when the PlayStation 2 came out, I actually wasn't like paying attention to it like that, because like I said, if anybody's been listening to me on this podcast, if you know me, I'm mostly a PC gamer. I got started with playing PC games, and my dad bought like our the original PlayStation after the fact. So with the PS2, first of all, I didn't even know it came out. My dad just like, 10 years old, you're just following your parents. We literally went to the video game store and he just bought the PS2.
So you mean at 10 years old, little Lilac Boots didn't buy GTA for herself?
Well, here I'm actually leading into that. So here's an interesting story. So I don't remember what the first game I played on the PlayStation 2 was. However, I will tell you that my dad let me subscribe to PlayStation Magazine, and if anybody my age or older remembers, those magazines came with like game demos, the demo disc. So I mostly was playing like the game demos that came on those discs when they came in, and that's how I just knew about certain games. My dad, like, there was a local video game store here in Mount Vernon before it like tragically burned down. But I remember my dad going in there, and he didn't know what to pick to because he's not a nerd. So the guy at the store had told him to try GTA 3. So I would watch him play the game, and I don't know how I knew this, or rather maybe because I was using cheat codes for like the other games I was playing, but I was just like, I wonder if I could just like look up cheat codes for this game. So I looked them up and I found them, and my dad was like having an issue trying to get away from the cops. I'm like, hey, I can take them off if you want. He was like, what? So he gave me the controller, and then like I put in the commands, and then they were just gone. So he would drive them away, and then like after that, we were just playing GTA 3 together. I would just watch him play. I would just help him with like the cheat codes or whatever else, whatever. But he was mostly playing that game. I just watched him. So that's basically my story with the PlayStation 2. But
good system, such a good system.
Yeah. So the next thing is Street Fighter versus Tekken for the PS3 and Xbox 360 was released March 6th, 2012, 9 years ago.
Wow.
I didn't even know there was a crossover for Street Fighter and Tekken. I should go find that and play it. Alright, Mass Effect 3 for the PC, PS3, and Xbox 360 was released March 6th, 2012, 9 years ago. So same day. Next, Tales of Fantasia for Game Boy Advance was released 15 years ago in 2006.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't this make you feel so old?
Oh man, yeah, because like there's kids who were born in 2000. And it's just like this stuff when you were a kid. What is it?
um, I've never heard of this. Pokemon Troze? Pokemon
Nah,
Troze for DS was released March 6th, 15 years ago in '06. I'm gonna Google that. I have no idea.
probably 208 would know before I would. I don't do Pokemon. That's
Oh, okay, I do. I want to know what the hell it says. I should ask my friend. He's like the Pokemon freaking expert that I know. Okay, this is a puzzle game.
Would you call him a Pokemon master?
I mean, basically, yeah. Well, he likes to think he is, anyway. But I'm not gonna talk shit because he has way more Pokemon than me. He could just smack me with them. So, I've never heard of this game. It looks like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. I'll figure it out and I'll ask him because he would know. It looks like if you look at the pictures, it looks like a Pokemon version of like Tetris at first, and then I looked up the plot and I'm like, okay, there must be more to this. I'll look that up later. Next, Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs for DS was released March 6th in Japan 11 years ago, 2010. A lot of Pokemon games.
Oh, wow.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX for the Switch was released last year on March 6th. And finally, Pokemon Black and White for the DS was released on this day 10 years ago in 2011. I have never played Pokemon Black or White.
I think Troze was just a Japanese and Europe release because it's a puzzle game.
Oh no, it came out in America too.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. That's why I was like, I've never heard of this. If it came out in Japan, I wouldn't have. I would be like, oh, that's just their thing. But nope, it came out here too. That's why I was like, what?
Neat.
So Pokemon Black and White, that's actually where I stopped with the Pokemon. Well, not where I stopped, rather. My last Pokemon game that I remember sitting down and playing was Diamond. And that's where I stopped. I never played Pokemon Black and White or anything after that. So yeah. That's my history of Pokemon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Today there wasn't that much news. But still interesting. You got anything else, Frank?
I don't.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening so much. And I'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.